Hey, you guys, Ray Reacts here. I'm actually watching the movie, and let me tell you guys, it is really crazy. Now, I paused it because I want to talk about something. Now, as you can see right there, I'm actually 40 minutes and 25 seconds within the movie. Now, guys, this movie is giving me a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things that makes me wonder and think about. You know, judging from this movie that we're actually seeing, we're seeing about how it's about Jesse's dreams, basically, and how he came to predict some of the things that actually happened. Now, I have to say, guys, yeah, dreams. I mean, when we were kids, we always had bad dreams. We always had mom and dad to come and calm us down, saying it's just a dream. It's not real. It's not going to happen. But judging from what I'm seeing in this movie, it's kind of crazy. Now, I've seen a lot of funny episodes when I was a kid. Also growing up, like SpongeBob, for example. Remember when SpongeBob was able to get out of his dream? He was able to invade Gary's dream. And Gary, at being a smart guy, he was able to talk. He said, for ages, dreams were thought of to be windows to another realm. And it's kind of crazy how when I'm watching this movie, it makes me wonder if that really does happen. And also Batman the Animated Series. Batman was captured by the Scarecrow. Not by the Scarecrow, by the Mad Hatter. And somehow when he woke up, he was home with nothing that happened. But he decided to go to the Batcave, but it was gone. And he found out his parents were alive, and he wasn't Batman anymore. And then later, when he tried to read the paper, he couldn't read it. It was all jumbled. Now, I'll make the story short. He actually went to one of the towers that he actually uses to, stop and try to think. Guess who showed up? Batman. And then when they fought, he found the Mad Hatter was it. He said, I know this is a dream. Is because I couldn't read the papers. And what does that have? What does that prove? He said, because dreams, in a dream, you can't read something. You can't read something in a dream because reading it only works on the right side of the brain. And you can't read anything in a dream. And I think the Mad Hatter actually said, are you the dreamer or are you a part of somebody else's dream? That's what Tweedledee or Tweedledum said to Alice within the story, looking through the glass. Now, I have to say, throughout what I'm seeing here, Jesse has all these premonitions and dreams about what happened, his family and some of his friends, and also seeing about Ashley's point of view, and also what happened with Uncle Chris. That's crazy. Now, that part right there, that is crazy right there. It's also sad, though, that for the dad to actually, I have to say, if I'm not going to spoil it, but if something actually happens to you, you're supposed to stay home. Don't affect anybody else. But it's crazy. That is crazy. Now, guys, I have to say, there are a lot of people out there who actually have dreams like that. I remember there was one that was actually a true story. A guy had a dream, kept having dreams, and some of these things happened. He told the cops one time, and the cops didn't believe him. So he told them that when I dream, I'll let you know. So this guy dreamt that there was a bomb on some ship, and I forgot what the name of the ship was. Then when he woke up, he was able to write it down so he won't forget. He called the police and told them that there's a bomb on a certain ship called so-and-so. So there was actually a ship where they were, and guess what? There was a bomb. And they couldn't believe it. Now, guys, premonitions and dreams, that's the thing. I mean, you never know because you want to say that's just a dream. It's not gonna happen. But if it turns out it happens, and because you predicted or seen it, it makes you wonder: should I trust in it? Now, that's crazy though. Knowing the fact that that Jesse had these dreams and happened with one of his friends, the lady driving the car, avoiding something. I have to say, guys, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. So basically, we're seeing about dreams, and makes you wonder when you dream, does it actually make you see the future, or are your dreams trying to tell you something out from the outside world or another realm that is trying to warn you about something. That's the thing. Okay, guys, I paused it right here. As you guys may have known, that he actually met behind the camera, Michael, about his own ideas of what happened. He actually has a notebook of all of it. So he predicted his dad's death. And Bridget's death, of course. But it's kind of sad, though, thinking about it. I mean, I've watched Kid Behind the Camera as Jesse was interviewing all this. About songs. He claimed that he said there was a virus that the president's not gonna handle how to handle this very well. Groceries are going to be delivered to you. He said he wrote that in 2010. And I'm like, damn. That's crazy. Either 10 or 9. I saw different dates on that notebook. But I think what makes it sad the most, I'm sure you guys seen that clip right there, was Jesse's upset with the fact that he's not buying it. He's not embracing the fact that he could see the future in these dreams of his, and also write it down. I mean, the one thing I like what Jesse said. Who keeps a notebook? Who keeps a notebook of all these things about what he sees and what he dreams? And he said, if I could have prevented it, I think I couldn't live with myself. I mean, I think right there, that's a sad thing if you think about it. If you dream it and you see what's going to happen, and I mean, how are you going to convince them? I mean, how are you trying to convince them that this is going to happen to you, and they're not going to listen? That's some people. If you're close friends, maybe they'll listen, but I think what I'm seeing in this film is it's kind of hard to have people believe what you're experiencing in your dreams, and also thinking that it's kind of weird. A lot of people, it's like the saying, I'll believe it when I see it. But then when it happens, if it's too late, that's a different story. But I think what's going on here is the fact that what I'm seeing in this film is that I think Jesse is feeling upset with the fact that he could have prevented something like this to happen. And it sounds like it's his fault. Or he wants answers on why is he dreaming all this dreaming and it's real. And also, I can see the hurt in Michael's eyes on the fact that maybe he could have done the same thing too. But you can't predict the future and all these dreams. It could be a coincidence. I think that's what the problem with people is. A lot of people, when they hear it, or it's like almost like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. I see it, but I don't believe it. Basically, that's what it is. Seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. And I guess for Michael, when he said he tried to help his dad, telling him that something's wrong with his skin, and found out it was that skin condition that made him pass away. That's the sad part. But it's just how can you live with yourself? I mean, I think what we're seeing here is these two can't live with themselves on the fact that they're seeing these things, and it turns out to be true, but in a different way. But they're wondering how the hell is it? How is it happening? Why is it happening? How is it happening? And it kind of makes me wonder. Yeah, is there something linked to it? Now, I'm still wondering about the guy that what Jesse's seeing. I'm seeing him through the whole film. Makes me wonder who he is. It's like watching the MVE. We see the devil walking around, something like that. But that's a different story. Well, guys, I finally finished the movie. Wow. I gotta say, guys, that was a very powerful movie. I don't know how Jesse was able to do all that, but hell, it was great. Now, what's the moral of the story here? Makes me wonder. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie. I know this is the end of the video, but if you guys haven't seen it, I advise you to leave. But think about this for a sec. He met the man that was in his dream, saying all these things. Now, guys, there's something that's called a reoccurring dream. It means that if you keep dreaming the same thing over and over again, I actually looked it up. It says that the reason why you're dreaming the same thing, it's like there's something in your life that you haven't resolved yet, and you have to face it or try to get answers to it. And seeing how Jesse finally met the man in the suit, and I guess he finally got the answers he needed. Is it really? I'm sure a lot of people want to predict the future. I'm sure everybody wants to know what the future is going to be like for everybody else. Hey guys, we've seen a lot of movies about dreams, if you think about it. Like Nightmare on Elm Street. I almost said Friday the 13th. Wrong choice. Like Nightmare on Elm Street. Did you guys know that Wes Craven created that movie? I think it was in Asia, I believe. There were some soldiers who actually were dreaming, and they all died, and that's crazy. I think that might have been that. It might have been in Asia. It was called the Asian Death Syndrome. That's what it was called. Some soldiers died in their sleep. That's how Wes Craven got the idea for Freddy Krueger. So, and also Back to the Future. I'm sure we saw how Marty almost ruined his future when he went into the past and almost got his parents separated. And in part 2, he got something from the future to use in the past in his present, so maybe he'll be rich. Then he finds out he almost the world that he lived in was changed because the bully stole something that was supposed to make him rich, but instead made the other guy rich and ruined the present. And part 3, we see him go in the way in the past in the western, and was able to come back without Doc. But then when all was said and done, Doc says the words that I find it crazy though. If you see Back to the Future, I'm sure you guys will understand on the fact that we saw his future, we saw Marty's future, we saw what's going to happen here and there. And now in part 3, we find out that when Doc said those words, your future hasn't been written yet. Your future is whatever you make it. So I'm like, so let me get this straight. Are you telling me that throughout these 3 films, we've seen him almost ruin his future by going to the past, and then we've seen his future. He took something from there to use in his present, but somebody from the future went to the past and ruined his present, and so on and so forth. And I know if I sound confused, I'm not trying to confuse myself, or confuse you guys, but the future hasn't been written yet. But also, like I said, now back to Jesse. Now I guess Jesse finally realized that there's no science, no data, no nothing that could make you understand about why you dream about the future. You dream about something that's going to happen, and you're afraid that you try to tell them that they won't believe you, but then when it happens, you feel sorry for yourself that you tried. I think that may be the good. He learned that lesson. You don't have to hold that burden in your life, knowing that you could have prevented something. I mean, we've seen that with Kid Behind the Camera. You saw that he didn't want to cope with it, but I think he knew that it wouldn't make a difference because if it was going to happen, it's going to happen. It's like what I said before. I'll believe it when I see it. So I gotta say, man, that movie was something else. Seeing how Jesse was going through the whole movie, trying to figure out how all these things happen, and also hearing about how his family was going through the same thing. Also, Ashley, almost everybody in his life saying that they had a dream about that this happened, then I later find out that it actually happened to somebody else, but differently. But like I said, guys, it's not your fault. I'm sure there's people out there who actually can usually dream when they dream. They can see the future. Then later it finds out it happens. I mean, I actually looked up like what that when he was talking to that specialist about the boat that was Titan. That was true. That was crazy. And also somebody who predicted 9/11 back in 1996. That was crazy too. I mean, what is it that we would know about the future? I mean, do we really want to know what's going on in the future? What's going to happen? It's better to not know. The future is whatever you make it. And also, it's like what Jesse said. I want to exist. I want to live. I want to just go through life not knowing. And that's a good lesson. Now, Jesse, I got to say, that was a great film. Great film. I love it. That was a great film. Wow. I got to say, guys, I did not expect that. I thought maybe it was just a whole movie about something else, like a different series. Like it was like I thought to me it was like just nothing that has nothing to do with Jesse. It has to do like different characters or different storylines, things like that. But now as I've seen it, spoiler, we were able to see him finding. We learn about his life, about him predicting the future when he dreams. Now that's crazy, and also. The one that really got me was the fact that when he did NVE, and we saw his uncle Chris, and that happened, and I think, man, I could feel the hurt when Psycho Dad said that line. I don't want to say it, but it's crazy. It's just. In dreams, that's the thing, but a coincidence throughout the whole what we saw in that video, it's crazy. Well, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more reactions, more gameplay. Drop some likes if you enjoyed this. If you've guys seen the movie, tell me your favorite scene. I'm going to tell you my favorite scene right here. My favorite scene, it was actually sad. It was sad for me. That knowing that when he went to see Michael, he went through the whole notebook. Hard to believe that most of the stuff that he actually dreamt about was real. It came true. A lot of things. But also it was sad knowing the fact that he dreamt that how his dad died. And he tried everything to try to tell him to do this or that. His dad said no. Now, it was heartbreaking for me. It's heartbreaking because it's sad. It was sad because I know that Michael was upset with the fact that I think he was trying to save his dad, save his life. But I think in his mind, I think his dad's mind, he says, I think he's trying to tell him that I'm ready to go. I don't want to get this fixed. Or maybe he didn't want to live with this pain anymore. It's better to, it's sad. He didn't want to live with the pain anymore. But what can I say? What can I say about that? But anyway, I gotta say, guys, that this movie was crazy. Make sure you watch it. I rented it. Hell, damn, man. That was a great film. I applaud you, Jess. I applaud you. Don't forget to stay positive, and if you like the film, make sure you give me a thumbs up if you've seen the film.